Yo, what is up, YouTube? Lee the Captain here, and I believe that the time will soon come for Quant. And why do I say that? Because I think that Quant, during the next bull run, could hypothetically at least go to the price of $5,000, and during the process, make all of those Quant critics come running over to that Harry Potter fan club and start begging for that used Bratwurst extender, Hannah Montana, and Taylor Swift edition. And even though that's neither financial nor Bratwurst extender advice, but in today's video, I want to explain several reasons why I believe that could hypothetically happen. And a major reason why I think so, I think is going to come down to the fact that the Quant network has rock solid, that's what she said, fundamentals. Because when we take a look at the Quant network, it is made up of two things. The first being the Overledger OS and the Overledger network. And when it comes to the Overledger OS, it is extremely revolutionary in my opinion, because the Overledger OS allows something called a multi-chain application to be built. And a multi-chain application is an application that sits on top of multiple blockchains instead of just one, hence the name multi-chain application. And just to give an example of this, for instance, an institution, let's say, wants to build an application on the Overledger OS. They can, for example, build an application that takes advantage of the speed of the Stellar blockchain while at the same time leveraging the security of the Bitcoin blockchain. I mean, isn't that amazing? They don't have to be tied to just one blockchain. That's how amazing the Overledger OS is. And now I want to talk about the Overledger network. And when it comes to the Overledger network, it's not as exciting as the Overledger OS, but what it is that it is made up of the Overledger OS users, and the Overledger OS users on the Overledger network can share their data, their apps, their resources, and monetize them. So when I take a look at the Quant network, I think it's very special. I mean, it's amazing. Furthermore, Quant has a wide array of use cases. It can be used for developer licenses, enterprise licenses, platform fees, identity and account, transaction processing, and even gateways and staking as well. It has a wide array of use cases. And I think this right here is in stark contrast to something called Bitcoin, because a lot of people out there, they like to tell me, man, why don't you own any Bitcoin? It's because there's something called Quant. When it comes to Quant, not only is the use case more diverse than Bitcoin in my opinion, but it's also more rare than Bitcoin. We take a look at Bitcoin's maximum supply. It's 21 million. I mean, that's rare, but when it comes to Quant, it's even more rare. Quant is around 14.5 million. So really, when you think about that, Quant is not only more rare than Bitcoin, but it has better use case as well. And also, not to mention, it has a way lower market cap. Bitcoin, I think, is a dinosaur. Think about this, right? When you take a look at Bitcoin, it's pretty much just a store of value. Doesn't really have much of a use case other than that. But again, Quant, more rare. Use case is better. And also on top of that, it has a way lower market cap. It's a no-brainer pick for me. A lot of people out there, they treat Bitcoin as their own miniature S&P 500, so to speak. But, that's not what I want to do. I want to treat Quant as my own miniature S&P 500. I don't think that Bitcoin is a good purchase for me. And now, of course, that's not financial advice, but I just think Quant is a much better pick for me. I don't have any reason to choose Bitcoin over Quant. I would just never do that. And when it comes to Quant, something that really gets me excited for its future, that's what she said, is the fact that it's focused on enterprise adoption. And I think this right here could do absolute wonders for Quant, because when we take a look back in history, when we take a look at the internet, what fostered the growth of the internet? It was enterprise adoption. And the reason for this is because enterprises, they have the volume, they have the capital, and they have the resources to facilitate growth at such an insane scale. The retail market, yeah, sure, it can provide short to medium-term gains, but true long-term massive growth is, in my opinion, only going to be able to be provided through enterprise adoption. And I think that Quant, they perfectly understand this, which is why they're heavily focused on enterprise adoption. And in my opinion, the next bull run is right around the corner, because as we all know, historically speaking, anywhere between 6 to 12 months after a Bitcoin halving event is usually when altcoins begin to rally in such a massive way. And the Bitcoin halving event is anticipated to happen sometime around April of this year. So the next bull run, again, it could very well be in the horizon. So very, very soon, I think could very well be party time for us Quant believers. And the next bull run, I think, could be so legendary. And I think there's no reason to not think it won't be the case, because as of right now, according to Crypto.com research, there's more people than ever before in history owning cryptocurrencies. And to be specific, there's around 570 million crypto owners around the world as of right now. And To some of those critics out there, or should I say ding-dongs, they may think, oh, this number's not that impressive. But back in 2021, during that insane bull run, at that time, there was roughly only around 300 million people owning cryptos. So now, there's nearly double that. I mean, when there's this many people owning cryptos, during the next bull run, I think the altcoin season is going to look absolutely ridiculous. The FOMO buying pressure is going to be through the roof. When you have over 500 million people owning cryptos, the next bull run is going to be insane. And when I take that into consideration, and when I consider just how incredible Quant is, I really don't see why Quant during the next bull run won't hypothetically at least go to the price of $5,000 and during the process make all of those Quant critics come running over to their girlfriend's boyfriend's grandma and start begging for that used Bratwurst extender Brock Lesnar edition. And if you want to check out a very interesting video, make sure to go ahead and click on this thumbnail right here. It's a very fantastic video, and I think you all would really love it. It's been Lee the Captain. I'll catch you all in the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.